What's up guys, Pop1 here. Today we're going to be going over some of the top new spells and additions to Trials for Shinobi 1.4. So let's get started. So one of the first things I want to go over is the brand new Chidori overhaul, which it has almost the same amount of abilities as the Renegade. If not the exact same. I'm not entirely sure, I need to count. But yeah, so first off, obviously we have the Chidori, which whenever piercing an enemy, now it electrocutes them, as it should. And also, grab an enemy, and when you grab any part of their body and you pull the trigger, you electrocute them. I just figured, it'd be something that's cool to do. I don't exactly remember Sasuke doing it, but it was still fun. Now, we can also imbue weapons with the Chidori, which it's a much needed improvement, and of course when you hit them with the imbued weapon, they get electrocuted. They get electrocuted every single time because, it's the Chidori, why not? Now keep in mind, all of the imbues, all of the, whenever it collides with them and hits them, it only electrocutes the live enemies because it just helps with the performance that way and prevents any additional bugs. Come on. This also just looks beautiful. Now if I keep hitting them, and our imbue goes away. So one cool thing I want to show you guys is, if we pull the trigger, nothing happens. But if we stab it into an enemy, and we pull the trigger, our weapon gets imbued and they get electrocuted. We've seen Sasuke do this a couple of times, so I figured it's just a cool ability to add. And of course, well, all weapons dismember super easily with the dismemberment mod, so I definitely recommend checking that one out. But yeah, that is some of the cooler abilities in the Chidori. Now, it does have some other ones that I want to show you. Now, it's not complete, but if we put the Chidori in both hands and we merge it together, we shoot out Lightning Senbon, which, they're not completely done yet, because I don't have access to the U11 SDK, so it shoots out lightning shurikens for the moment, but it hits them, stabs them, and they can get electrocuted. I just figured it'd be something cool to add because Sasuke's Chidori Senbon is very overpowered and a lot of fun. Now, I think the last ability on this list is another brand new merge, which, if we get rid of that guy, we have the Chidori and the Renegade, which if we merge them together and pull apart, our body gets covered in lightning and we become super fast and super powerful too. With increased knockback, can also jump really high too. Now this is Sasuke's lightning cloak, which again, super overpowered, but it's just so much fun to use. And I'm not sure if I will make the lightning customizable or not. I might, but the thing is, the lightning cloak, the actual lightning part of it, makes it a Chidori ability. So I think I'm gonna keep it in. But yeah, this the incredible power of our new Chidori overhaul, which it's definitely one of my favorite spells now. And obviously, now it rivals the Renegade with the number of abilities and, well, the kind of abilities. And of course, if you want to turn it off, all you gotta do is merge it again, and bam. And notice if we try and jump, we can't jump high at all. So yeah, that is it for the Chidori. Now, next up, we have our brand new Fireball Jutsu, which if we select it in both hands, I'm just gonna show you real quick. Normally, you shoot the fireball, it lights things on fire. If we shoot it at an item, it does a little deflection, which knocks it back. And if we hit an enemy or near the enemy, it knocks everything back, does explosion, does damage, and it lights them on fire, of course. Now, if we grab a weapon and pull the trigger, we obviously light it on fire, and when hitting an enemy, they get lit on fire as well. It's very overpowered, also very fun to use. Ta-da! Now, one very cool new ability that I added to it, aside from the normal shooting the single fireball, we have the fireball, I think it's the Majestic Flame Destroyer, if I remember the names properly. So if we select in both hands, we merge it, we can now shoot 3 fireballs at once. Whenever you merge and you pull apart. Just, you know, to make one of the most overpowered spells in the game even more overpowered. Because why not? Lights him on fire and he gets blown way out of your ring. Now, it's just become so much fun to use, and these spells are becoming so much more fun to make now that I know how to code and do some of this stuff a bit better. And I'd like to say more properly, but, you know, still learning. But it's fun. Now, aside from that, we have the upgraded Amaterasu. So if we select that in both hands, obviously same thing, lights enemies on black fire, lights the environment on fire, and if we hit items like, I don't know, this, oh, I missed. So if we hit this, again, a little bit of knockback, and it does a little bit of an explosion. Just for fun, because it's cool. Who doesn't like a deflection? So yeah, that is the main ability of the Amaterasu, and one last one that I know you guys know about is if we grab a weapon, pull the trigger, light on black flames, hit an enemy with it, and they obviously get lit in black flames as well. Because, I mean, come on, it just had to be done. Now, there are 2 new merges coming to this, which, if we select the Amaterasu in both hands, we pull. Now, all it does right now is shoot out the normal Amaterasu. But when the U11 SDK comes out, I will update it and upgrade it, and I guess enhance it too, with a giant wave of black flames. So this is more so just to show you guys that I got it working. There's no issues with it. And the last but not least, we have one of the coolest new ones, which is combining the Rasen Shuriken and the Amaterasu. So notice what it did right there. At least if we do that again, we have the Rasen Shuriken, the Amaterasu. It does a little puff of black fire, which I will update it, and I will update the Rasen Shuriken effects again. But how about you go way over there? We merge them together and we shoot it out. We have the Amaterasu combined with the Rasen Shuriken, which has a really weird name that Minato gave it, but regardless, I think it's just overpowered and a lot of fun, and it's the combination jutsu that Sasuke and Naruto used when fighting in the Great Ninja War, which is extremely overpowered, but also a ton of fun to use. Now I'm sure you guys know we have the atomic dismantling jutsu, which whenever hitting an enemy or any enemies near it, they get absolutely disintegrated. Of course, you know, it follows your hand just like the fireball. One cool thing I want to show you guys is if you merge it, brand new ability, it will be upgraded, but the thing that I want to show you is if you merge it, it will shoot out a much larger atomic dismantling projectile and have a much larger atomic explosion, which will, of course, disintegrate all of the nearby enemies, even more so than the original atomic disintegration, because it's just that overpowered. So, Onoki, fantastic. And guys, last but not least, we have our brand new expansion jutsu, which obviously lets us use Choji's abilities and allows us to grow our limbs, our arms, and I will show you the merge in just a minute, but it does have a couple unique features, such as when your hands are gigantic, so when the spell is activated, if you grab a weapon and you pull the trigger, the weapon now grows to a customizable size of your liking. Now I've set both of these values to 3, because, I mean, who doesn't love these gigantic weapons? It's just overpowered and a ton of fun to use. Not to mention, when you have these hands, you do extra knockback, extra damage. Oh, I completely missed. And just like that. It's a ton of fun, and it just looks so funny when you grab these enemies with absolutely enormous legs. Because, come on, who can stop you? Ooh. And just like that, nobody stands a chance. Now, one cool feature about this mod, just like the Titan spell, it does allow you to grow, which is a more advanced feature of the expansion jutsu, full body expansion. So if we merge it together, pull apart, we now become gigantic, and of course we can still use our giant hands if we really want to. But now all these enemies are itty bitty. And I would like to note that the video that you guys are seeing right now, the viewpoint or the field of vision is a bit different. Right now I'm gigantic compared to the enemies, yes, but I can see quite a bit better. And the enemies look very, very, very teeny tiny to me right now. But still, I mean, oh, I guess my hand got stuck in the shield. But yeah, we have our expansion jutsu, which obviously we don't want to use it anymore. All we need to do is pull the trigger, merge it, and voila, we are back to normal size. Now, I would like to note that it is still not possible to grab enemies while in the giant form. I'm currently working on a way to fix that, because that is something that I know I'd love to be able to do as, well, a giant when I'm fully expansionized. But yeah, those are the main abilities in the brand new Trials of the Shinobi 1.4 update. I plan on adding a couple more, and I will be making another video showing you guys those. But yeah, so that is it, guys. So if you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.